Curtis, welcome to the show. Like my shirt, you can see right through that in my little background. Conyers, Georgia, rep my hometown because today I'm doing a mashup. I've got two shows from season one, two shows that I love. One is, I think it was, we filmed this after COVID. It's just kind of not ended, but we were kind of, the country was opening back up, and I went to my first yoga class in the city. The next week, I did kind of a tribute to my buddy Bill Hope, who we lost. Love you, Bill. And I got some produce from a shelter from a garden down in Santa Cruz. At the time, it was named the Homeless Garden Project. I'm sure they've updated that name because we don't want to, cause anyone any pain. Yeah. So hopefully they've changed the name of that project. And next time I'm down in Santa Cruz, I'll find out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed today's mashup. And next week we'll finish it up, okay? Peace. And as always, spread love, spread love, spread love. Peace. Enjoy the show. Hey, I'm Curtis. Welcome to the show. I'm at Coit Tower this morning, which is surrounded by Pioneer Park. If you get a chance to come down, whether you're in the Bay Area or visiting from around the world in the country, this is a gorgeous spot, okay? Look at that. There's a ship coming under the Golden Gate Bridge. I love that. And to the left there is that famous Crooked Street, Lombard Street. You can just, the views here are absolutely fabulous. I'm excited, of course, because I just finished yoga, love my morning yoga classes, and I'm also excited about today's show. When we get home, I'm gonna try to do in real time a meal from start to finish in 30 minutes. Okay, you excited? I am. This takes me to my roots of the Food Network. My first show was called Food in a Flash. Yes, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, remember, spread love, get out and check out this beautiful place we live, the Bay Area. Peace. Let's go to the kitchen. Well, we made it from San Francisco to the kitchen. Full disclosure, I've done this once today. It only took 19 minutes to go from start to finish. However, Cecil B. DeCurtis here forgot to roll sound. So I've got 19 minutes of a wonderfully prepared meal with no sound. Now, if you want to see that proof, I usually post some of my outtakes on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, those places. So, and everything is just Curtis Aikens, so check it out. Although Facebook is Curtis G. Aikens Sr., because there is a junior, right? Now, let's get to work here. This meal, start to finish, we're gonna do a 30-minute meal. I'm doing a 2-camera set. I've got one set on the pan, so you can see me cooking on the stove top, and the other is kind of a wide shot. Ooh, hope the kitchen looks okay. I've got my utensils, everything's in place. The chicken, because we're working with chicken, I've got it an ice bath underneath, and I put tin foil on top, so that helps to keep it really cold before we work with it, okay? Remember, it's always about safety in our kitchen. I'm gonna season this with some, I've got flour with seasoned breadcrumbs. You can add a little salt and pepper if you like. However, remember, salt. We can actually train ourselves to require less salt. So if that's something, if you're dealing with high blood pressure or diabetes, whatever it may be, you can train yourself. And what do I mean by train yourself? Like, just think about an athlete. If you're gonna, or if you want to lose weight, whatever you want to do, you can't do it all at one time. So you have to kind of gradually work up to it. So when it comes to salt, if you're using, let's say, just using these numbers, let's say a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, that's a lot of salt. However, we're just using that as a measurement. The next time, just use an 1/8 teaspoon of salt and stay there till you say, okay, this tastes pretty good. Then cut that more till eventually you will cut out that salt. It works. I've done it. Okay, now we're gonna make a salad. We're gonna do a veg. Our vegetable is broccoli. Again, full disclosure, I've washed things, not because to save time, but just so that you wouldn't have to watch me wash over the sink. So I've got everything ready. Just gonna trim it up and go to work. A little of my seasoned blend. There's some garlic, onion powder, all kind of herbs and spices. You can make your own. Then we're going to make our classic French dressing, mustard, Dijon mustard, some vinegar, lemon juice, garlic, of course, and olive oil. I've got olive oil hiding. Where are you hiding olive oil? Here it is, the olive oil right here. I think I'm going to remove the cap so it pours a little easier. And we're going to cook our chicken, our chicken in that as well. So we're going to start the clock. Give yourself 10, 15 minutes for prep time, okay? However, it usually takes me like 4 or 5 minutes to just get everything ready to go to the stovetop. Gloves on first, safety gloves on first. The time is 6:36 according to the clock on the wrist. Let's see the clock on the, well, that says 6:35 on the stovetop. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to cook. Okay, we're gonna start with the thing that takes the longest to cook. Of course, that's gonna be our chicken, our poulet au français, oui? What is it in Spanish? Now, cutting board here, and I'm gonna inspect the breast. Those are pretty nice. They're not too thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut that in half because it's just Lisa and I, right? So that's pretty good, okay? And we're gonna toss those in the breadcrumbs. Let's see how this one looks. If you get the breasts that are too thick, right? You can butterfly them and simply slice through the middle of it to make another portion. Because all we want is like, 4 to 6 ounces of protein, okay? So I'm just gonna slice through the middle of that one because it's pretty thick. And remember, this, the thinner the protein is, the quicker it will cook, okay? That helps to cut down that cooking time. So we're gonna put all those in the seasoned breadcrumbs. We're gonna toss those over. Just get everything coated with the breadcrumb, with the flour breadcrumb mixture. The tinfoil, like I said, it helps to keep that even colder, okay? The ice I've got in a plastic bag, okay? It's just to keep everything clean there. Now, let's take one of our gloves off and we're going to toss the chicken in our breadcrumbs. Are you timing me? Well, I'm timing me. 6:36 is the time we started at. Just coat these up. And remember, if you want, you can use a little egg white. You can beat some egg white and then roll your chicken in that before you start to coat it with the seasoned breadcrumbs and flour mixture. Now, let's get some olive oil in that pan, maybe a tablespoon or two. In these ceramic pans, they conduct heat very well, and we won't need too much oil. Let's see if we can get that light. There we go, lit up. We're gonna let that heat up. Now, while that's heating, I wanna make sure everything is coated, okay? And we're gonna move this cutting board and this knife out of the way. We don't wanna use those again. Again, cross-contamination. And I'm gonna throw those gloves over there. I will clean up before we eat, okay? Let's take a look. All right, see if our oil is getting hot enough here. I can see that. Isn't that beautiful? You see those breadcrumbs there? I mean the flour with the breadcrumbs. A little different than Mama's fried chicken because I didn't soak this overnight in buttermilk. There we go. Let this get nice and hot. I think I'm going to add a little more oil. I'm also, when I start to prepare the goods for our salad, we're going to add some onions into this pan because it will add a little more flavor and a little different texture as well. That's about a tablespoon and a half of oil. I'm going to move this around. I've got a second camera so I can hopefully have a good close-up on this for you. As they say in the business, I got the B-roll. That'll drop in over my voice. And that's looking nice there. Now, as soon as we get the chicken in, we'll start to work on our vegetable. Or as our European and Australian friends would say, our veg. I love hearing them say that. The veg of the day. Okay, again, we're going to set this out of the way. because we're not going to go back to that. We can remove our food handling gloves, put them right there. Now, let's bring our fresh cutting board in for our broccoli. Just going to trim that up for our fresh vegetable tip of the day. Oh, those are gorgeous. Lisa loves broccoli, so I try to make it as often as I can. And I'm just cutting the little baby trees, as the boys used to call them when they were kids. They love to eat those baby trees. They wouldn't eat broccoli when I called it broccoli, but when I said, we got baby trees on the menu tonight. Okay, Dad. All right, now I'm going to add to this container, to this pan. Let's put our broccoli in first. We're going to arrange our broccoli. Take your time. Oh, our chicken's starting to look good. Keep your eye on everything. I'm going to lower this temperature just a bit on the pan. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to turn it. Oh, if you could smell my kitchen. Woo-wee! I'm having some fun. Did you enjoy those pictures of Court Tower from this morning? That little Pioneer Park in Court Tower, that area is just beautiful. If you get a chance to get down there. Remember, turn those handles so no one gets burned. Okay, put our tongs there. And back to our broccoli. We have plenty of time. Believe it or not, 30 minutes is quite a bit of time. So just relax, moms and dads. As I was saying in the opening, play this game called Fast Food. I don't think I ever lost. Now, our broccoli's in. So a close-up of that on the broccoli. Going to add some olive oil to it. Just drizzle it over the top. Remember, olive oil is a non-saturated fat. So, it runs through the body. Remember that, okay? Saturated sticks, non-saturated flows. Okay? I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV. However, I know quite a bit about food, and I love sharing it. Now, let's turn this burner on. I'm going to add water, about a half a cup. And we're going to let this, I don't want you to start the timer on the broccoli until it starts to steam. Then it's going to take about 6 minutes. Let's lower this a little more. This should start to brown up nicely. So can you see the color change? Again, this is in real time. Now, we'll get ready to make our salad. This board is still good because we cut vegetables on it, although I do have a backup right here just in case. And I'm going to take, because our salad, I'm going to take some of these onions. This is a beautiful sweet onion. I think I've shared with you before that Lisa loves red onions. However, the Vidalia and the Walla Walla were looking so good in the market. That's what I went with this week. So as soon as that spring crop is over, I'll go with those. Now, I'm going to add these onions in to add some flavor and character. This little tool I love. This is called a bash. You can bash the garlic with it, and then you can chop. You also can scoop right off your cutting board. So moms, dads, this is a great one for the kids to learn to cut with. I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to add those onions right over the top. And if you want to add some white wine to this, feel free. Oh, this smells so good. Remember, the internal temperature for that chicken, we want to be 160, 165-ish. I'm going to lower this even more because it's cooking along nicely. And if you want to add a lid to this, you can. However, you don't need to. It's not required. Now let's take a look at our broccoli, see how that's coming along. We started at 36, it's 45. That's what, 9 minutes right now? And we are well into our meal. Oh, look at that. Can you see the broccoli there at home? We're steaming that nicely. Okay, we can start to concentrate on our salad. Okay, so it's like the first half of that mashup. Well, coming up is the second part of the mashup, and we're going to be talking about some food from that garden down in Santa Cruz. Finish up both shows next week, and a big tribute to my buddy Bill Hope. Love you, Billy. Anywho, hope you're enjoying the show. Peace, spread love. It's the mashup. 2 shows from season 1. Hi, it's me, Curtis. Welcome to the show. Today, I'm outside the Palace of Fine Arts here in San Francisco. Love this spot. Back in the day when I had hair, younger man, and people would visit from the East Coast, like mom and dad from Georgia, my brothers, my sisters, every visitor I would bring to the Palace of Fine Arts. Some great memories here. As my children were growing up and the Discovery Museum was here back then, I'd bring them here. So there's a lot of great memories at this location. I want to share it with you all. So if you get a chance to just walk around the park here, please do it, okay? The show today, wow. We're gonna start off in that bag of produce that I got from the garden project at Santa Cruz, California. Check them out if you're ever down towards Santa Cruz, okay? I'm gonna do the foil wrap potatoes, sweet as well as those red potatoes. You're gonna like that. My buddy Bill Hope. Bill and I met in junior high school, and we lost Bill about 6 years ago. So I got a tribute to Bill today, because Bill made steak, the way he seasoned steak, and my boys would always say, Dad, make steak like Uncle Bill. Gee, I'm the chef, and Bill was a produce dude like me, right? But he did make great steak. So love you, Bill, always will. Pesto, gonna make that pesto I talked to you about as well. Now, full disclosure, the basil I brought back from Santa Cruz wilted a little too much for me to use, so I supplemented with some from my garden, as well as some I picked up from the grocery store. You're gonna like the pesto, I think. So easy, so tasty. What else can I share with you? Nothing. Just spread love. Come check out the Palace of Fine Art if you get a chance. All right, peace. See you soon. Be the change you want to see in the world. Holla. Well, that one we can't use. Oh, but I'm gonna have fun with it. That one's got a little soft spot. Okay. Beans. Oh, wow. Don didn't tell me what kind of beans these were. Look at those, gorgeous. All right, we're going to cook those. I'm gonna soak these on my way to yoga. So when I get back, we can start cooking with those, okay? So it is 8:04 now. So I'm going to, I'll get those started. We may not cook those till tomorrow morning. And that is it. The only thing left in the bag is one more sweet potato. Yesterday, I took those peas that we had looked at. Now, I've soaked these overnight to make them nice and soft. And I stopped by the local nursery and asked what type of peas these were because they weren't labeled. And no one knew. So one of the people at the nursery, one of the landscape architects said, well, it looks like a cowpea. I said, are you from the South? He goes, yeah. I said, I was thinking that too. It looks like cowpea. However, I wasn't sure. So one of the ladies there suggested just Googling images of cowpeas. And I'm telling you, they're a lot more than I ever thought they were when it comes to cowpeas. And the same family that has black-eyed peas, red, all those things are part of the cowpea family. Anyway, these are a type of cowpea. I hope to get an exact name. So what I've done is soak them overnight and wash them. I'm gonna take this water because we gotta be careful with water out here. And I'm gonna use this water in my garden. So I'm not gonna just throw the water out. Then we'll cook these beans, get them started. Okay, let's go to the stovetop. How'd that sound, love? There's a little Vidalia sweet onion. I'm gonna just cut half of it. And today I'm not doing my shot from down under. I'll do it a little later on, okay? Sometimes I feel like I may overuse that shot. And I'm also gonna use some of these onions in my beans, the cow peas. Okay, so again, chopping is easy. Now, when you look at the ridges in an onion, you don't really need to slice through. If you just take and cut down like this, now watch this. Because of the way an onion grows, those layers, it's naturally diced. Watch this here, see? And all those little sprigs there. So a lot of times you'll see people slice through like that. No need to. Just run down, and there you go. You can get a nice fine dice with that. Okie dokie. Onions are ready for Lisa. Now I'm going to take the other half, and I'm going to chop them and add them to these cowpeas. And you know they're gonna cook down really nicely in the with the beans, because these beans are gonna cook for 4 or 5 hours. I'm gonna cook these very, very slow. Onion, as my friend down in Louisiana, Justin would say, "Whoo boy, them onions are really good." That's a terrible Cajun accent, but forgive me, my friends down in Louisiana. But I tried. Now I want to show you these beautiful Bermuda onions, the red ones. And I do like the tops. However, these aren't as pretty as some we've seen. And I blame that on myself for not opening that bag up as soon as we got home Sunday night. That's on me, not on you. Okay, I'm just going to cut those, discard them. Remember, these tops are wonderful with baked potatoes in place of chives. Okay, now these are going to be we'll use for our hash browns. Slice through that. Now I'm going to dice these really fine. This little chop there. And I'm going to leave the greens a little larger because I want them to add some dimension. All right, now we are ready to go cook our hash browns. I'm going to add water, salt, pepper, some other seasoning to this. We're going to bring it to a boil, lower it, and while I'm off to my second yoga class this week, 2 days in a row, Lisa will keep an eye on these. So cross our fingers, make sure hope she doesn't burn them while I'm away, okay? I'm kidding. And we're also going to add some oil to this. All right, let's go to the stovetop. Okay, so let's get our beans, our cowpeas ready. And these are just, like I said, in that family, like red beans and black-eyed peas. So I've got the onions, the peas. I'm going to add olive oil, maybe quarter cup or more. There's no saturated fat in this dish. And remember, beans, that legume family, they're complex carbohydrates. Easy to think, hard to say. And I've got about 5 cups of water on the side. What I want you to do is cover the beans. Enough water to cover the beans. So that's 1 cup. This is a 2-cup holder, so that's going to be a total of 3 cups. Well, all right, we've got 2 cups of water. Going to bring that to a boil, place a lid on, and let it simmer. And I want you to check it every 20, 30 minutes. If the water is dropped below the beans, add more water. We're going to cook these very, very slowly so they become nice and tender. So we've got oil, onions, we've got the green onions tops. I'm going to add some salt and pepper. And if you'd like to add garlic or garlic salt, feel free to do so. Any things that you like to make your dishes taste great, that's what I want you to try. Okay? I always talk about recipes as being starting points. There's some salt, just enough to get it going. And then we're going to add some ground pepper. And we'll come back and taste these a little later to see if we need to adjust our seasoning. Garlic salt, fresh garlic, garlic powder, whichever you like to use, you can go and do that. You can even add your seasoned salt if you're a seasoned salt fan, or chili powder, whatever you like to spice it up or liven it up, okay? All right, I'm gonna run to yoga while Lisa keeps an eye on these. You okay watching these today, baby, while I'm gone?
You got it.
Okay, love ya. Peace, everybody. Spread love. My first yoga class in about a year, in a group that is, my first hot yoga class, and it was what I needed. I was saying to the teacher, Gina, sometimes you have to be away from something to realize how much you miss it, and yeah, I miss yoga. I love the feeling I have right now. Spread love, everybody. Peace. Yoga. All right, our beans, they're looking so good. Now those look like black beans, don't they? Anyway, we will find out the name of this particular variety of cowpea at some point. Gonna turn these off, let's taste them. Interesting show, right? I'm going to just do a bunch of different dishes this week. May have enough to do 2 shows. Those are gorgeous. I think tonight we're going to have meat-free burritos. What do you think? What I'm going to do is drain this liquid off, and I'm going to cook some pasta in that liquid. And I'm telling y'all, it is so good. Pasta cooked in that is fabulous. Well, maybe I should have used some red tomatoes instead of the yellow tomatoes in there. However, I think it's going to be fabulous. That sour cream and the onions and the cheese. Oh, yeah. Easy recipe, simple. Takes a while because you want to cook those peas down to they're nice and soft. This is wonderful, y'all. Okay, so we are working our way through the bag of produce from the Homeless Garden Project of Santa Cruz, California. Potatoes, sweet potato. That looks like a bee red. I should put my glasses on, right? Let's look in the bag. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. Oh, more of the Thai basil. Let's go. Oh, wow, that smells so good. A couple of bags in here. A bag of. Ooh, a bag within a bag. Let's see what we've got. Don, thank you very much. Ah, these are those beautiful more bee red potatoes. Okay, they're 2 for $6. See my sweet potatoes, I've got 3 of them, and 4 beautiful red potatoes as we work our way through that bag of produce from the Homeless Garden Project of Santa Cruz, California. And the star tonight was going to be a dinner, that is, not of the show, but a ribeye. Lisa and I will share that. We'll probably only eat half of it, and then we can make steak sandwiches or steak salad later. In this little segment, I want to show you 2 of my favorite ways. Well, one of my favorite ways to prepare both potatoes, the sweet potatoes as well as just the bakers. And just a sheet of tinfoil. I'm going to wrap the potato. And remember, once you wrap a potato or you cook it in foil, it's not a baker anymore. It's going to be steamed. The potato will be steamed. What I like.